Hello everyone and welcome to lesson 3 with the kindergarten program. My name is Deniz Wong and let's get started with lesson number 3. So we could start this lesson by repeating what we did during lesson number 2. We talked about the musical alphabet. We could use our musical alphabet cards again or our labeled gems or label popsicle sticks and look for some letters on the piano, especially for C, D, and E. The other ones are not so important just yet. Let's start with doghouse D. There we go. And then we have C that comes before D. Then we have E. Here's another C, another D, another E, and maybe for a lower set. Let's look for a lower set. E, D comes before it, and before D is C. There we go. Then we could play from low to high or from high to low this time, all the C's that we found. Then we could play all the D, doghouse D keys that we found, also from high to low, and the E's. Okay, once we're done repeating some of the things that we did during our first lessons, we can take the gems or popsicle sticks off the keys, except you could, if you wanted to, leave the ones on the middle set. So the middle set is right here. This is what the middle C sounds like, the D in the middle, and E. So you could leave these gems on the keys. Today we will actually start reading music, and before we do that, I would trace the treble clef first, because on every sheet music we will notice or see a treble clef, and that's the first thing that I recommend doing, is tracing this. So you can trace these with with pom-poms or gems or with buttons, dot markers, yarn, glitter glue, however or whatever you and the little learner is enjoying the most. I would say start from here and you go up, down, up again, and all the way down here. So once you're done tracing the treble clef, we can move on to our first sheet music. So we see the treble clef here and here and here at the beginning. And then the first thing that we notice is that we have a note here. It's below all these lines here, and it has a little baby line going through it, a little mini line. That is C. And that's not just any C, it's actually the middle C on the piano. So it's this C right here, the one that we played just a little bit ago. It says, can you color all C's in green? So I've already colored this sheet music, but I would color all the C's on this paper in green. So this is C, 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 C. Here's one. This is not a C. It doesn't have this little line going through it. It's also slightly higher. So this is C, green, and green. Okay. Let's play the first 4 measures here. So these boxes, they're called measures. So let's play the first 4 measures, basically the first part that we see here. It starts with C, 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 and it ends with C. Let's take a look at the next one. The next one has a green C, and then if you move slightly up, it takes us to the doghouse D key. And that's the doghouse D key note. It moves slightly up to D. It says, after C comes D, can you color all these in purple? So this one in purple, and then we have 2 of them down here. Let's play the second exercise. C, D, C, D. And then we have 1 left. We have 2 C's, 2 green notes here in the beginning, and then followed by 2 doghouse D notes right here. So C, C, D, D. Okay, great. I don't think that was too challenging. Let's try the second one because lesson number 3 comes with another sheet music. This one says C, D, and E. Can you color all E's in blue? So we have C here. If you want to, you can color all the C's again in green. And then we have D. You could also color all of the doghouse D notes in purple. And then there's one that is even slightly higher than the D was here. And that's going around the first line here. That is E. So we will have to look for all the E's on this paper and color them in blue. We have one here, and then there's one down here and another one here. So we have 3 E's in total on this paper. Let's try to play this exercise now. Starts from C, goes up to D, then E, and back down to C. This one says the first note is D, so this part actually starts from D. Doghouse D right here, then it moves down to the C with the little baby line, back up to D, and back down to C. I'm going to repeat this part here, starting from here. And let's take a look at the last one. It says, where is E on the piano? Here's E. Because you play C, D, E, E. All right, that's it. And now we can actually officially say that we're reading music. We know what C, D, and E look like on sheet music, what they look like as notes for us to read and to play on the piano. We have repeated the musical alphabet, well, not all of it, but C, D, and E on the piano. We've traced the treble clef and got familiar with it a little bit. And yeah, I hope I will see you guys in lesson number 4 whenever you guys are ready to learn some new notes.